Let me see if I can get YouTube running.
I could probably buy like 7 copies of Mind's Eye with all the stuff in here. By God. Mind's Eye has helped me identify that the problem with
Yeah,
every
YouTube
game in the
seems
market
to be
is that there's
working.
things to do in them. And when you get rid of those things, you have a game with no thing. And their focus on no thing is no small thing.
Night vision seems to work.
And Barb have crafted their world in such a way that you never really know what's going to happen in it. It's kind of
Alright.
dynamic in that way. What is this supposed
I need
to
a
happen?
good freckle brush,
Is this part of the
which is
epic
easier
story?
said than done.
Okay. Deploy your
Where'd it
DCs.
go? What? 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 That blew my mind. That was epic. What
Nope.
is going on? Then there's these countless moments of intentional comedy sprinkled throughout the game. Oh, I found the one invincible fence in
No.
the game. Oh, there we go.
It's tricky. A good
They also
freckle
intersperse these
brush.
funny little memes throughout the
It just needs to be like
environment,
dots.
which I adore, and that just goes to show how much thought was put into the game's world building. Like, look at this billboard. It's a reference to the infamous Spider-Man 2 scene.
Pizza time.
This is a bit too weird.
This game isn't nourishing enough. That doesn't have enough features or a depth in its
Velocinistaco says.
or what have
Oh,
you.
this one might
Styling
work.
brush kinda thing.
This is important. The human body really doesn't need a whole lot to stay nourished and be vibrant. Case in point, I haven't eaten for 2 whole days, and I feel amazing. But every once in a while, I still do get the human urge to eat. Which is when I come to this.
I mean, it almost worked, but there's a few in there that
Got a jackpot,
are
boys.
me.
Bear with me here.
Velocinistaco says. Stippling.
Pizza time! Huh? The Lord provides. Ooh! There's a couple of slices in here. Hey, you guys, this did come out of the dumpster. I don't care. Here. Thank you. Go for it. Thank you. See? That's how it is out here. It's communal. Nobody cares. Pizza's pizza, baby. And Mind's Eye? Well, it's Mind's Eye. Check it out. A lot of critics like to neglect the fact that there actually are side activities in the form of these mind portals that open up in the middle of nowhere that Jacob can enter, and they're actually really exciting. So these activities can include shootouts.
Okay, we gotta fix this.
I am
Apparently,
shook
it's a
how
usually a different color, a lighter color.
Yeah, there's no timer on the screen, but you are being timed for them. You get more replay value out of that because now you got to replay it again to get the gold medal. But this time you don't have to shoot anybody, you can just run straight through it. This is not even guys spawning.
You don't get to talk to anyone about it.
Let's see. What's the score this time, huh? Gold medal, 50 seconds. Whoosh! There's this one that's sort of like a tower defense where you place robots in strategic locations on the front liners that shoot back niners.
Botrix says. Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Oh, nice.
Couldn't program a television.
I didn't do anything. Oh my god. I love that. It makes me feel like I'm so good at games. It is empowering. This is my laundry day. I actually have a very deep appreciation for the driving in this game. Because, see, I'm not able to drive in real life anymore because my car got repossessed and I got to call an exorcist to get the demon out. Am I right, guys? Yeah. Well, laundry's clean, ready to hit the town. The driving feels pretty good in this game, I'm not gonna lie.
The driving itself is not bad mechanically, but the layout of the world does not look like it was well suited to driving around it. Looks like, especially off-roading looks like it was not really taken into consideration.
I don't know what you mean. I'm literally off-roading right now flawlessly.
I don't know, it just looked really rough.
Well, some people like it rough. They also added in this juicy little mechanic where when you're driving to another location, you're given a timer up on the screen there. And this changes the gameplay dramatically because now you're not just driving from A to B. Instead, you're driving from A to B with a timer up at the top of the screen, right? I know. Luckily though, if the timer runs out, there's no punishment at all. You just get yelled at by a lady.
You don't have time for this. I especially don't have time for this. Report in.
It's a forgiving game. In fact, it's as forgiving and generous as God himself. I pray and give thanks to the altar of Mind's Eye for this beautiful blessing. Now, I could see how some critics could argue that the game wouldn't be impacted at all if they were to remove this ingenious timer mechanic, but they'd be wrong. Because you see, the timer exists to add pressure to the player. Without that timer, you lose the pressure, right? But this gets even better. If you beat the timer and get to the location early, you're not given any rewards, which I'll admit seems bad at first. Because every game gives you goodies for completing the task that it's given you, right? But getting those rewards trains your brain to crave dopamine from completing these little tasks. And what this can do is cause you to develop addictions. What Mind's Eye is doing is it's rewiring your nervous system to no longer crave those dopamine incentives. And it is in this way that Mind's Eye is actively shifting
The Nope
your
says,
neural network in
hello.
order to make you grow as a
Hello.
more enlightened
How you
individual.
doing?
Bondrix says,
The absolute
The Nope,
finest
you leveled up
display
to
of
level 3.
masterful game design I have ever witnessed
Congratulations,
in
you
my
leveled
mind
up.
my entire life. And you know what? I would do anything to get my hands on this game again. Hi. Do you guys accept trade-ins?
Yeah?
Can I trade in this pizza for a copy of Mind's Eye?
No.
No?
No. We don't accept trade-ins with pizza. We accept trade-ins with like consoles and games and stuff.
Okay. This is from Little Caesars. It's not from the dumpster.
I don't accept trade-ins with pizza, unfortunately. I don't have a way to trade in pizza.
Okay. Does Best Buy? Okay, so the story is about a
you
guy
don't.
named Jakob. He has a mind's eye implanted in his neck and it deleted his memories. So now he wants those memories back. So to get him back, he goes to Silvacorp, who invented the mind's eye, and he started working for them in order to get more information on the mind's eye. Now, what's interesting about the story here is there's a villain in it named Shiva.
Great, Marco. In that case, I'm Shiva. Hey, I have to
Shiva
ask you,
is actually a
is it
boy's
true?
name. Now, in Hinduism, Shiva is the main big god, right? He is simultaneously
When I think Shiva, I just think Final Fantasy, because I'm born like that.
The Nope says, what's your name, Ligma Ligma? Ligma balls. Oh.
Connected. Now, it is my belief that the collective consciousness of Shiva's devotees used their mind's eyes to create mind's eye and bring it into reality. Because without Shiva, there is no mind's eye. Without mind's eye, there is no Shiva. But the only way to understand that is to use your mind's eye. Now, the simple fact that they named a woman character after the man god known as Shiva, who is known for being a pillar of masculinity,
The Lockinus
shows that
Daco says,
Barb are one with the
testicles.
cosmos. For you see, one half
Dun dun dun
of Shiva is
dun.
woman.
But one half of him is a woman, one half is a female body, one half is a male body. What this is trying to say is, you are an ultimate man only when both masculine and feminine are fully evolved within you.
So the fact that they named a woman Shiva shows the significant amount
The Nope
of
says,
and thought that
there's
Noble
208
put
bricks,
into
one fell off.
creating
How
a
many are there now?
resonant and impactful story. It shows that
There's
they
still
not only did
208
work,
bricks.
but aced their
Hello,
exams as well.
Lotus. I mean, just because one fell off doesn't mean that it didn't
Astral projection
stops existing.
from my mind's eye. Yeah, y'all got pranked. What do you think, I would spend 12 hours of my life on such a miserable piece of media? Hell no. That means you don't know me at all. And if you don't know me at all, you gotta get to know me, so you better subscribe and watch the rest of my shit. And if you like the video, go ahead and click like on it. Each like goes to supporting the homeless. If you want to become a channel member or a patron, there is exclusive content for you guys now in the form of these really nicely edited videos. White Light told me about this game the other day. He said,
The Nope says, no, it's 207 bricks. How do you put a giraffe in a fridge?
For beautiful White Light. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Having a big enough fridge
And on
and a strong enough saw.
YouTube.com. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle has got me feeling like I'm crazy because I feel like the game I played and the game critics played are two drastically different games. I mean, somehow this thing is getting consistent 9 out of 10s.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to convince you of this by the end of the review, but I really believe that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is an all-timer, and we're going to be talking about it like 20 years from now.
And I don't understand it.
I think Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the best Xbox exclusive in years.
It's a phenomenon I like to refer to as Indiana Jones and the Great Circle jerk, because all of these critics seem to be whipped. The reality is, Indiana Jones and his Great Big Circle is a lot closer to a 6 out of 10. And by being closer to a 6 out of 10, what I really mean is it's actually a 4.5 out of 10. Yeah.
The Nope says. No, you open the door, put the giraffe in and close the door. How do you put an elephant in a fridge?
Whoa. But hey, you know what? There are definitely some 9 out of 10
By getting a
in this
shrink
game,
ray.
like the level design. Good God, the level
We're just getting a little toy elephant.
Not just a chef's kiss, but a full-blown chef's 4 intercourse meal. The environments
And making sure to run away when it crushes you.
is immaculate. 10 out of 10. Exploring these
Or you probably won't run away. It'll be very, very sudden.
also a 10 out of 10. No,
Those things can fucking sneak attack.
it gets really bad later on, but you'll have to keep watching this video to understand what I mean. The sound effects are fantastic and feel authentic to the indie franchise. As does that wonderful score by Gordy Hobb. Troy Baker's performance is pretty good too. I'd say it's an 8 out of 10.
What are you up to?
I mean, there's really nobody who could have done a better job than him, but there are times when Indiana straight up just sounds like Troy Baker.
I got you. I got you.
And those moments did rip me right out of the game.
Easy. You're okay.
Many people say that this is even the best Indiana Jones story that we've gotten since the trilogy, but I disagree with that. I actually think that this story is the best one in the trilogy, sitting among its peers as marginally better than Crystal Skull, and way better than Dial of Destiny. Oh wait, shit. I guess there's other Indiana Jones movies. Okay, so before playing this game, I had only seen Raiders and Last Crusade one time when I was 6 years old. So check it out, I came into this game completely devoid
The Nope says.
of nostalgia.
Party.
And I think that contributed a lot as to why I didn't like this game, but had an even bigger contribution as to why it got such
Well, whatever you said probably got filtered out.
all the way up here.
If you'd shown this version of Indy's famous school to the 8-year-old version of me who cut his teeth aimlessly point-and-clicking his way around Marshall
The
College
Nope
in
says.
1989's
Dang,
Indiana
it didn't
Jones and
send.
Last Crusade, the graphic adventure,
I see.
might have had you burnt at the stake.
I legitimately believe that nostalgia blinded some critics to the realities of this game. But what's interesting is the Great Circle inspired me to rewatch the entire original trilogy. And in doing so, I gained a whole
But it didn't make much
appreciation
sense
for the
either.
Indiana Jones franchise. Because I was essentially watching them for the first time. And when the credits rolled at the end of The Last Crusade, I honestly kind of fell in love with the trilogy. But the high quality of these 3 movies only served to make the Great Circle look even worse in my eyes, because it doesn't even hold a candle to them.
It's really the best showcase for the incredible amount of granular detail Machine Games has stuffed into seemingly every surface in the Great Circle. From streak marks on freshly wiped glass to the slow trickle of wax from a candle lighting your way down an ancient stairwell.
Yeah, okay. Now, if only they had actually made sure that the AI wasn't utterly abysmal. Oh, here it comes, here it comes. One final heave. I'm going down, he says as he's going down.
Duck soup.
Duck soup. That the platforming wasn't boring as all hell.
Here we go.
That the combat wasn't lacking in depth. And that the boss battles weren't unfinished.
Come on, big guy.
He's officially broken. And oh my god, we're just getting started here. That's just the tip of the iceberg, baby. In fact, the Great Circle was so devoid of adventure that I felt the need to come out here into the real world to find an adventure for myself. And so far, I haven't found anything yet. And so I dressed up as my new favorite adventurer. I got the hat, I got the pants. I couldn't find a leather jacket, but you know what? Boy Scouts vest is the next best thing. And I know what you're thinking, where's the whip? Well, I went to a Catholic store, and I got a whip from them, yeah? Guy behind the counter said that this whip was perfect for somebody adventurous. And who could be more adventurous than Indiana Jones? I'll tell you who. This guy. Now I need to be perfectly clear with you guys here. I'm making this video because I have such a passionate disdain towards Indiana Jones and his great big circle. A passion that I have not felt in years. A hatred that may forever burn within my bones if I don't get all of my thoughts and feelings out into this video. And then put this video out into the internet on a website called youtube.com, which has a channel on it called Ren's Reviews, which is where you're watching this video right now. And listen, man, if you happen to like the game, well then more power to you. I'm honestly a little bit envious of you. I wish I could experience your joy. In fact, I wish that I wasn't me, but instead I wish that I was you. That I possessed the ability to enjoy the sweet carnal pleasures that Indiana Jones provides with his circle of greatness. This is all completely beyond my control. If it were up to me, I would love this game.
Hey, Dr. Joe, no time for love!
Like you do. But for some reason, the cosmos deemed it appropriate to shoulder the responsibility of exposing this game for what it truly is on me, placing the entire weight of the world on my back as though I were Atlas himself, who carries the greatest circle of all, Mother Earth. So if you, as an Indiana Jones fan, find this video upsetting in any way, just know that I am simply an instrument of the universe, following the ebbs and flows that the cosmos has laid out before me. And it is with that I must warn you. If you happen to enjoy Indiana Jones and his great big circle, not only will this video change how you feel about the game, but it will change your entire life. Say goodbye to your kids, your wife, your parents. Say goodbye to you. And say hello to the new you. The one who no longer cares for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. The one who made the right choice.
Velocinistaco says. Math, math, math.
Okay,
so many numbers.
I think that Machine Games
Learn to love them.
studio with
You
incredibly
must.
talented developers. I mean, it's no secret that I absolutely love the first two mainline Wolfenstein games. But here's the simple fact, my guy. This game doesn't need to exist. And I'll tell you why. It's because the perfect Indiana Jones game already exists. It's called Uncharted, and it's the freshest adventure that money can buy.
Get your coat on 30-ounce drinks today! Subway, where winners eat. Ow!
See, the Uncharted franchise perfectly extracted the essence of the Indiana Jones movies and adapted them to the
Velocinistaco says. Me and math have a complicated relationship.
As long as it's not as complicated as your relationship with your parents, you're all good. Figure that shit out. It's just learning rules and applying them.
The storytelling formula of Indiana Jones, where they go into some kind of ancient secret hidden room.
Velocinistaco says. XD.
Get some new information, only for the villain to be waiting for them when they get out of the place with a bunch of henchmen. Then the villain takes the item for themselves, and our hero has to go get it back. There's always some kind of light supernatural element tied to the
Velocinistaco
story,
says.
Ark of the
It's
Covenant,
all intertwined, Rio. It's all connected.
or the very nectar from the Tree of Life itself.
Yeah, it is all
Kinda
connected.
like Nate's version of Marion, as she's the only love interest he had in the series that he kept coming back to. My point is, again, Uncharted is already video game Indiana Jones. Yet Machine Games went so far out of their way to make sure that the Great Circle wasn't anything like Uncharted.
Velocinistaco says. My relationship with my parents isn't that complicated. Is it?
Compared to my relationship, I'd say yeah.
The first-person perspective blesses the Great Circle with a fantastic sense of scale. Looking up in awe of the Great Pyramid, or staring out at a giant Nazi battleship.
Velocinistaco
You can
says.
only compare things.
That's fair.
Has a more pronounced effect at eye level.
I don't know how other people have relationships.
Bodrick says.
So.
YouTube chat check.
Camera, which always has a man on screen to contrast with the immensity of the locations, whether it's a beautiful scenic locale or a capsized ship. Hey, newsflash! The third-person camera also allows for a game to be far more cinematic. Since, you know, the camera can move, I think it makes a lot of sense to have your Indiana Jones game be cinematic. You know, since Indiana Jones was a kino in the cinemas. But putting it in first person worked to its detriment. It's so funky and clunky.
Velocinistaco says. 45-minute stream.
When Indy holds up a toilet
Well,
brush, it
at least it was 45 minutes of
fist fights being able to only fight one guy at a time.
half
despite the
of
fact
it
that you're
actually
often
working.
approached by several at once. It makes exploration less intuitive. And
Got a
when you
crochet
order
hook in my hand.
items in your item bag, and when you pull out your journal, you got to look all the way down at
Thinking
it.
of
every time to
doing-
open it up so you can see the entire map. It's a pain in the ass, man. And furthermore, when you're playing as an iconic character from a well-known property, most of the time, not always, but most of the time, you want them to be in third person, right? There's a reason that Batman games, Spider-Man games, hell, even Marvel Rivals are all in third person, because that perspective means you have a
The Lock in a
consistent
Stacko
reminder on
says,
screen that you are
bedtime is
playing
upon
as
you.
a licensed character. In machine games,
Bedtime.
nuance, which is precisely why they have the camera
Strange.
awkwardly zoom out into the third-person perspective whenever you do any sort of platforming, purely so that they can remind you that you are in fact playing as Indiana Jones.
But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental
Just to-
traversal, we pull the camera
I'm trying to
back for
figure out this one. I messed up like every step of the way on the
Oh, I see the problem here. They got the old captain of the chess club's
And
dirty little fingers in this game.
better
And
look.
as the
Can
year
I
went on, I
hide?
thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games.
No, Todd. As usual, you're dead wrong. See, Machine Games is known for their balls to the wall, all-out visceral, gory mayhem. Huge guns taking up the screen, Nazi limbs flying off left and right. They're known for creating over-the-top, goofy cinematic moments, but also creating gut-wrenching, intimate drama. They're known for emulating Tarantino and B-movie schlock in general, and for tackling adult themes and being uncompromisingly provocative. And so, assigning a studio like that to create a family-friendly Steven Spielberg adventure just doesn't even make sense to me. So it's no surprise that everything that Machine Games is known for is not present in this game. The gunplay is a downright embarrassment. Wow. Replaced with a fist-fighting mechanic that is fun, but gets incredibly stale by the third hour of the game. The cutscenes are completely devoid of any style, with flat camera angles and lifeless facial expressions. Like seriously, they gave BJ Blazko far more emotion in his eyes than they did for Indy. What's up with that? I mean, hell, they even gave Hitler more emotion. And everybody hates that guy. The bold storytelling is gone, replaced with safe, predictable, formulaic mundanity.
We are making a game for everyone.
I don't think any of you guys need reminding that a game for everyone is a game for no one. I found the beginning of this game to be kind of an insult to the entirety of my being, because all they really did was simply just recreate the opening to Raiders of the Lost Ark. Remember that movie? And while this is a neat little bit of fan service, I find it to be extremely manipulative and terrible for a multitude of reasons. Number one, it's creatively bankrupt. They did this this is like Indiana Jones 1. Number two, they can't elaborate any more on this scene without running the risk of ruining what made it so great to begin with. And so because of that, this game's opening moments are spent walking in silence. Are there supposed to be words?
Yeah, did it wrong. Okay.
This is very,
I really don't want to have to undo all of it.
disrupts the pacing of the scene. Number three, we've already seen this before, and so we know.
Oh, I'm dropping like 19% of frames.
Oh gosh, I wonder what's up there and comes
Lordy, lordy.
Oh, can't go that way because he didn't go there in the movie. Number four, when Spielberg was putting this together 40 years ago, he never intended for it to be a tutorial for a Game Pass game. So it unsurprisingly does not.
The Lock in a Stacko says,
which is why it's overly
seems
reliant
mostly
on
fine
time
FO.
events. Oh, this is the director's cut. In the
Fucking
theatrical
hoop.
release, Spielberg cut out the interactive portion where the audience has to press W. And then, I mean, come on. Pushing a stick down onto a pressure plate 5 times really doesn't make for very engaging gameplay. Number 5, because this scene was filmed for a movie, the boulder chase was exciting, since we could actually see the boulder chasing our hero. Whereas in the game, thanks to the first-person view, you just sort of have to imagine that the boulder is behind you.
Man, I did 10 years. I learned to hate you in the last 10 years. Well, where the hell were you? Damn it, don't you leave me down here by myself!
Number 6. Their decision to recreate the movie's intro means that the game itself doesn't have an intro of its own. In fact, the entire intro is completely unrelated to anything else that happens in the game, making it entirely irrelevant to the story, which is essentially wasting the player's time. Number 7. It almost feels like Machine Games doesn't have the confidence that their game can stand on its own 2 feet. Instead, they felt more comfortable standing on the shoulders of what came before. The entire intro is nothing more than fan service that was designed to put nostalgia goggles over your eyes, and honestly, I think it's terrible.
Early on, you get to go to the Vatican, and the pristine Sistine Chapel was so realistic that it made me feel like I was actually in Italy. Ooh la la, sisters. I like how you disappear like a ghost. I wanted to soak in every last detail. Oh, la Bibbia. I wanted to see what the townsfolk got up to. Oh, and there, she has the power of a Christ inside her bones. Tito is blessed with the power of the Lord. He a big fan of La Biblia. And I was able to appreciate all the beautiful artwork. Who is this a handsome devil? Here's one handsome devil. This place was immaculate, and every corner begged to be explored. But something did feel a little bit off. What are you doing? Looking at the corner in the dark. Those places. The exploration was the best part of this game for me. I loved finding keys to open doors that were previously locked. I loved finding passcodes to open chests. I loved finding books with skills in them and unlocking those skills with my adventure points, which I earned through taking pictures, grabbing collectibles, and solving neat little puzzles. Even though some of the side activities weren't all that great, like one had me buying a camera from the store to progress the main story, and another had me looking for a cat. Smooshki. There you are. Like, yeah, they were tedious, but they gave me adventure points, which felt pretty good. But the second area of Giza is where this whole exploration thing kind of starts to fall apart. You see, everything you did in the
First area, well, now you gotta go do it all over again. You need to collect a whole new slew of books, solve even more menial puzzles, and take an endless amount of photos.
I should take photos of all these words.
I should take photos of all these words. That'll be fun for Ren to do. This is unsurprisingly where most people actually stop playing the game, because it feels like we're starting over from scratch. Then, once you get to the third and final area, Sucka Time. You're expected to do more of the same. Collect even more books, solve even more puzzles, and of course take even more photos. Cool.
Good to know.
It's gotten to the point where raiding old tombs feels like we're charting familiar territory, and it kind of just feels like game padding, especially because the books that you find don't have very interesting abilities. They're mainly just your basic stuff, right? Like health increases, damage increases, stuff like that. Although if I'm honest, I kind of do like the Lucky Hat ability, because it pretty much gives you a second chance at life if you happen to die. Whoa! But unlike Hitler's autograph, for the most part, the abilities don't have a whole lot of value, and that's because they can't. So let's say some of these books could give you some game-changing ability, like being able to flail and whip around you in a
What's to do with the inside, love? Oh god, it's already end of 11, it's already 12. Oh lord, fuck this shit. Oh god, bed. Ah, Lord, I regret my hours of reading. Read any time, I can only art rarely.
GNNN. Velocinastaco says. Go rest.
Substantive content. So then to miss
Yeah, I'll try my best.
to miss out on important content. Now, this
It's
system
me.
would be totally fine if it weren't the game's one and
Look
only
at work.
progression system. These environments don't feel alive either. The NPCs don't react to your actions.
Lordy. Darn it.
You know, that actually reminds